Hello YouTube, the Sucky Gamer here with another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite features of the mod BuildCraft, the Quarry. The Quarry is absolutely excellent because it is a very great automated tool that mines for you. As you can see here, we have the Quarry running out there in the distance, just picking up all sorts of good stuff, mainly just sand at the moment as it's waddling around. We'll go ahead and follow it here for a second. But this is just an absolutely excellent tool because it allows you to take your mind off, go do other things. Maybe you can continue mining somewhere else while you have your quarry mining for you in another section. And it's just a great productivity tool. You can see it's pulling up some sand right there. If we head back over here with my quantum boots from Industrial Craft, we can see it's taking the stuff and depositing it into this chest for me. Absolutely wonderful tool. I use this a lot. But this tool comes at a very expensive price because as we can see, the quarry cost 11 diamonds, 4 in one diamond gear, 4 in another, and 3 in a diamond pickaxe for a total of 11. And it's totally worth the cost, especially if you have multiple quarries running. You can have them all put in the chest, and before long, you're going to have more materials than you know what to do with. And these are extremely simple to set up. You can see over here we have our default quarry. When you first put a quarry down, you can see here we have some odd framing still up. And we put a quarry down. It comes in a default size, as you can see here. We'll go ahead and toss a redstone engine here. We'll toss that and turn it on. And it'll take about 6 years for this thing to finally build itself, because it has to build the frame in its black and yellow frame here. And in about 6 years, we'll have a fully working quarry. You can see that this one is powered by 6 redstone engines, and it's moving as slow as molasses. This is not lag, folks. This is 6 redstone engines worth of power to one quarry. So not only do you have to spend the 11 diamonds to get the quarry, you have to spend the materials to run the sucker. And this one's been running longer than the other quarry, and it's only picked up 24 sand. Now you can see the bigger quarry over here is powered with 4 redstone, 4 steam engines. These steam engines are powered with coal, and 4 combustion engines. These combustion engines are powered with oil or fuel and water. And these combustion engines are the most powerful engine in vanilla BuildCraft. And they're great, but they do require oil. Oil is found all around the world, much like water in these deposits. You can pump them into these tank type deals. This one just happens to be filled with water. And these combustion engines get very hot. You can see we have oil on one side to power it and water on the other. The water actually keeps the engine from exploding. And this is actually my second pass at this tutorial because the first time I had an engine explode because I didn't have water routing correctly to it, didn't notice, and all this stuff exploded. So be careful of that. If you do have an engine explode, if you do have an engine that doesn't have water, it's going to explode. So we have the 3 BuildCraft engines here. The red power engines are the cheapest, but they provide the least amount of power. You can see how slow those 6 redstone engines over there are going. Our coal-powered steam engines, which are medium-powered, and the top-powered combustion engines. Now, another thing to keep in mind is the quarry speed is dictated by how much power they're receiving. You can obviously, as you see over here on the original quarry, we have the engines connected directly into the quarry and stacked on top of each other. You can stack these, I believe the length is 3 deep, but you can stack them to where the back engine powers the quarry. So all of these engines are powering the one quarry. It's still going very slow though. So you are limited to the amount of engines you can put because one side of the quarry does have to be connected to the frame in order to power everything. So a solution to that are these conductive pipes. You can see I have wooden conductive pipes connected to each of these engines, and the wooden conductive pipes basically pull out the power and send it down the gold conductive pipes into the quarry. So with this type of setup, you can actually connect an unlimited amount of engines to any quarry. Wow. And you can see that's kind of what I have here set up here. And if we go over here, you can see it is moving quite a bit faster than the redstone quarry. Now, another question you might be asking yourself, Talutha, how did you set up your quarry to be so big? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to answer. We have these wonderful little inventions called land markers. And these land markers basically allow you to set up the size of your quarry. Now, these things are fantastic. They can set it up 64 by 64 as their max length, so you can get an entire chunk of a quarry. Actually, I believe that's multiple chunks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure how big a chunk is, but you can get quite a large piece of land. And these things are very simple to set up. You mainly put one on the ground, and we're going to go ahead and I'll show you this. If you set down a redstone torch, you'll get you'll get a line in each direction. And this will tell you the max distance of the land markers, as well as allowing you to set the next land marker to be exactly level. So I want to put a land marker here. It's still within range. We toss that there, and we're going to right-click on this land marker. You can see that the black line has been replaced with a red line, indicating that these two markers are connected. We're going to go ahead and run over here. Oh, and we're going to fall in this hole. And we're going to see these. This is, we'll go all the way out here. Nope, we're not. We're going to put it right here. Right here's good enough. Toss that there, and we're going to connect this. And now you can see the red marker is connected. This should actually be red. This is just a graphical glitch. But you can see you only need 3 land markers to set an area for a quarry. We'll go ahead and take this off, and you can see we now have a square area set up for our quarry. What we're going to go ahead and do next is take the quarry device, and we're going to set it next to one of these land markers. All of the land markers will be replaced. They'll actually drop onto the ground. You can go collect them if you want. They're not terribly expensive. But you can see the land markers have been replaced by a yellow and black box. This is the box that'll create the frame. And if we power the sucker, we'll go ahead and toss some things on here. Let me get some coal. I have some coal. If we go ahead and power these few engines, these are probably going to explode because I don't have any type of cooling to them. But you can see the redstone frame, or the quarry frame, is being built over here. And what this is going to actually do is it's going to dig out the entire square. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you can see that there's a lot of sand in this area. When the quarry is digging out the square for its frame, you're going to lose all of the materials. This piece of sand right here, if that disappears because the quarry builds it, that material is gone forever. So if there's anything valuable that's being lost in the actual frame of the quarry, you need to make sure you mine that before you activate it. Because, like I said, you're going to lose any materials that are being built within the frame of the quarry. After the frame is built, anything underneath the frame is fair game. The quarry's going to pick it up, and you're going to be good to go. Now, I don't believe I'm leaving anything out. That is basically how the quarries work. Very easy, very simple, and very efficient. This quarry's already picked up a lot more stacks of sand than before. Now, you do need to have pipes coming out of it. You do not need to have a wooden pipe. You can see I have a gold pipe right here powered by a redstone torch. I like to have gold pipes around, especially in multiplayer, because if you don't have a gold pipe, then as quickly as this thing's pulling stuff out, the server's going to lag, especially if your chests are quite a fair distance away. The server's going to lag because it's rendering each of these blocks of sand, and there's so many blocks of sand just in this one thing. So I like to put a gold pipe down at the source and along the way. But you do not have to have a wooden pipe. You can just put any type of pipe here and just toss it right into the chest. Couldn't be any more simple. If you have any more questions about quarries, guys, or if you have any requests for any future tutorials, please let me know. I am happy to fill the requests. They help me out because I don't have to do much thinking. So simply ask. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check me out playing Minecraft live every Monday at 3 o'clock on Twitch TV, 3 o'clock Central Time, at Talutha, or at twitch.tv/Talutha. and I also play other various video games throughout the week every day. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Good game, and as always, stay sucky, gamers.